They say silence is golden, but what if I told you that silence has the power to break the strongest of egos, to dismantle the walls people build around themselves brick by brick, without a single word spoken? In a world where everyone is shouting to be heard, where voices clash like swords in a never-ending battle, there's a hidden strength in choosing not to engage and holding back your words. This is not just a strategy for winning arguments. It's a profound Stoic practice, one that goes beyond the noise and reaches into the very essence of who we are. Today, we're diving deep into the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, where silence isn't just the absence of sound. It's a powerful tool for personal transformation and reclaiming inner peace. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover might just change the way you see yourself and the world around you. Before we dive in, if you find value in this, please share this video with someone who might benefit. If you appreciate what we're doing, the simplest favor you can do is hit subscribe. Every second of this video is crafted to deepen your understanding of the silent power you hold, so be sure to watch till the end. Let's get started. Imagine stepping into a bustling public forum in ancient Rome, where debates aren't just about sharing ideas, but are spectacles of wit and verbal prowess. In one corner, amidst a swirling storm of heated arguments and raised voices, stands a Stoic philosopher, a figure of calm in a sea of tumult. Rather than jumping into the fray, he chooses a different path. He remains silent. This isn't a passive act, but a deliberate choice, embodying the Stoic belief that sometimes the most powerful statement is silence itself. The Stoics, known for their emphasis on inner peace and rational thought, believed that not every provocation deserved a response. By holding his tongue, the philosopher in our story isn't showing weakness, but strength. He demonstrates that one can choose not to be swept away by the emotional currents of disputes and disagreements. Now let's bring this concept into our modern lives. Consider the everyday arguments that arise, perhaps during a team meeting at work or in a discussion with a partner at home. What if, instead of responding in haste or escalating the situation, we chose to pause and reflect? This moment of silence isn't about ignoring the problem, but about seeking a space for clarity and calm. It gives everyone involved a chance to step back, cool down, and approach the issue with a more composed mindset. Embracing silence in the face of conflict can transform relationships. It shifts the dynamic from confrontation to contemplation and encourages all parties to consider not just their next words, but the impact those words might have. Silence can break the cycle of reactive responses that often do more harm than good in intense situations. This approach doesn't mean avoiding necessary conversations or suppressing important emotions. Instead, it's about choosing the timing and tone of our engagements. By integrating moments of thoughtful silence into our interactions, we cultivate a more mindful, respectful, and ultimately effective way of communicating. We learn that not every silence is empty. It can be full of purpose and potential. It's a powerful lesson from the Stoics that holds true across centuries, a reminder that sometimes the loudest message can be the peace in our unspoken words. Imagine yourself at a silent retreat, nestled deep within a lush forest, or perched by a serene lakeside. The only sounds you hear are the gentle rustling of leaves and the distant call of a bird. In such settings, the absence of persistent external noise allows for an unparalleled form of introspection and self-discovery. Silence, in this context, becomes more than just a lack of sound. It transforms into a vehicle for profound personal growth. The Stoics, with their emphasis on mastery over oneself, recognized this potential. They advocated for periods of silence to foster inner peace and mental clarity, tools essential for building resilience and wisdom. This practice isn't merely about isolating oneself from the chaos of the external world, but about delving into the depths of the inner self. During such moments of silence, you are invited to confront your thoughts directly without distractions. The mind can clarify, sift through the noise of daily responsibilities, and focus on deeper, more existential questions. What are my true desires? What fears are holding me back? How can I live a more purposeful life? These questions can surface and find resolution in the clarity provided by silence. This practice of silent reflection can lead to greater emotional stability. By regularly engaging in this introspective silence, you develop a buffer against the stress and noise of everyday life. This not only improves mental health, but also enhances your interactions with others. When you are at peace internally, your ability to remain calm and composed in stressful situations improves significantly. Embracing silence can also cultivate a proactive kind of wisdom rather than a reactive one. Stoic philosophy teaches that the wise are not those who know many facts, but those who understand how to maintain tranquility. By making silence a regular part of your life, you train yourself to respond to life's challenges with a poised and considered approach. Picture this. Two friends are caught in a heated discussion about a contentious political issue. As the conversation intensifies, one friend, a follower of Stoic principles, decides to remain silent. This deliberate choice to withhold verbal engagement does something unexpected and powerful. It acts as a mirror for the other friend. In the silence that envelops the space between them, the ranting friend begins to hear his own words echoing back at him, unchallenged by counter-arguments or interruptions. It's in this quiet, reflective space that he starts to recognize the gaps and perhaps the extremities in his arguments. This moment is transformative. It's not just a pause in the conversation, it's a pause for introspection. Silence transforms from the mere absence of noise into a dynamic force. Silence grants the speaker a rare opportunity to listen to their own voice, to truly hear their tone, consider their words, and confront their own behaviors and biases. This scenario illustrates a critical point. When we choose to stay silent, we're not just withholding our thoughts, we're providing others the space to encounter their own thoughts more starkly. This can lead to moments of self-realization that are both profound and unexpected. The reflective mirror that silence offers is not a passive experience but an active one. It encourages those engaged in conversation to fill the void left by the absence of a reply. What do they see in this space? How do they interpret the silence? Does it frustrate them or does it enlighten them? The answers to these questions can reshape dynamics and relationships, often leading to more mindful and measured exchanges in the future. Integrating deliberate periods of silence into our social interactions can serve as a powerful tool for personal and relational growth. It challenges both the speaker and the listener to engage more deeply with the conversation and with themselves. The next time you find yourself in a spirited debate or a challenging discussion, consider what might happen if you choose to respond with thoughtful silence. Could this silence help bridge gaps in understanding, or might it provide a necessary moment for all parties to reconsider their stance? Engaging with silence actively and purposefully can open new avenues for understanding and connection in our increasingly noisy world. While silence is often celebrated for its strength and strategic value, it harbors a nuanced complexity that, if not navigated carefully, can lead to significant misunderstandings and even breed resentment. Consider, for instance, the tale of two friends where prolonged silence from one is interpreted not as thoughtful contemplation or respect for space, but as indifference or neglect. This scenario illuminates the delicate balance required in the effective use of silence within interpersonal relationships. Silence, when misapplied, can act like a void filled by the anxieties, insecurities, and assumptions of others. In the story of these two friends, one's silence may have been intended as a peaceful respite or a personal need for reflection, but without proper context or communication, the other friend perceives it as a lack of interest or concern. Over time, this misinterpretation grows, seeding doubt and cooling affections until the relationship finds itself at a crossroads, burdened by unspoken grievances and mutual misunderstanding. This highlights the critical importance of timing and context in the use of silence. Silence is not merely the absence of speech, but a form of communication that speaks volumes. Therefore, its application must be as deliberate and thoughtful as any spoken word. Knowing when to be silent is as crucial as knowing when to speak. For example, choosing silence in a moment of heated argument can be a powerful statement of self-control and respect, giving all parties time to cool down. Conversely, remaining silent when a friend reaches out for support or when an issue needs to be addressed can alienate and harm the relationship. Moreover, the effectiveness of silence should always be complemented by empathy and clear communication. Silence, when used wisely, has the potential to enhance understanding and foster growth. But without careful consideration of its impact, it can just as easily sow confusion and distance. It's vital to ensure that periods of silence are not perceived as emotional withdrawal, but understood by everyone involved as a thoughtful pause. This might mean prefacing a period of silence with an explanation, such as saying, "I need some time to think this through properly, but let's revisit this conversation tomorrow." Alternatively, you can acknowledge the silence afterward to clarify your thoughts and feelings. Incorporating these nuances ensures that silence remains a tool for enhancing understanding rather than an unwitting catalyst for confusion. By being as intentional with our non-verbal cues as we are with our words, we foster deeper connections built on mutual respect and understanding. Mastering the art of silence is not just about learning when not to speak. It's about embedding quietude into the fabric of daily life to enhance mindfulness, reduce stress, and deepen self-awareness. Integrating silence can transform ordinary moments into opportunities for personal growth and tranquility. Following the Stoic philosophy of inward reflection and self-mastery, one of the simplest yet most profound practices is to embrace daily periods of intentional silence. This could be as simple as starting your day with a few minutes of meditation in silence, allowing your mind to center itself before diving into the day's challenges. Incorporating moments of silence into your routine, such as during breaks at work or in quiet walks, can foster a sense of calm and clarity amidst the chaos of daily life. Regular silent periods help cultivate a mindful presence, enhancing focus and emotional resilience. You'll find that your responses to stressors become more measured and thoughtful. Moreover, this practice of silence allows for deeper self-reflection. Use these moments to assess your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. Reflect on how your actions align with your values and goals. Over time, you'll build a stronger sense of self-awareness and emotional intelligence. By committing to daily periods of intentional silence, you don't just gain control over your reactions. You cultivate a profound inner peace and clarity that influences every aspect of your life. This practice aligns with the Stoic principles of self-control and rationality, proving that even in a world filled with noise, silence can be the key to personal empowerment and growth. Thank you for joining me in exploring the powerful practice of silence through the lens of Stoicism. Silence is more than just a pause in conversation. It's a tool for inner peace, a weapon against discord, and a path to deeper self-awareness. If this video has resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from the transformative power of silence. Remember, the quiet moments we cultivate today can lead to the profound changes we seek tomorrow. For more insights into Stoicism and personal growth, don't forget to hit subscribe and join our community. Your journey towards mastering silence and transforming your life begins now.